As everybody says, it's just Trump with his big ego saying, I want a wall. And he's going to be obstinate until he gets, it's all stupid. It's all stupid stuff.
What's the matter with him?
That's a good question. What's the matter? Well, we have to get rid of him.
He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. He said that about somebody. He'd like to punch him in the face. And how dare he say that to the crowd? How dare he say the things he does? Of course I want to punch him in.
Robert De Niro has once again unleashed a scathing anti-Trump rant. And as expected, people are losing their minds. The Oscar-winning actor has been roasting Trump like a Thanksgiving turkey for years. But this time, the fire's blazing hotter than ever. What did he say this time? Who's fuming? And is Trump gearing up for an all-caps Twitter storm? Buckle up, because this Hollywood versus MAGA saga is only getting wilder. Before we dive in, if you're enjoying the video, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you. Now let's get back to it. When it comes to Donald Trump, Robert De Niro doesn't just speak his mind. He unloads like an action-packed Hollywood blockbuster. No filter, no hesitation, and definitely no apologies.
We're trying to be gentlemen in this world. The Democrats, you are gangsters. You are gangsters.
You're a little punk! You're a softy! You're a
Watch your back.
You're trash!
If celebrity roasting were an Olympic sport, De Niro wouldn't just take the gold. He'd own the entire podium, delivering acceptance speeches while still throwing punches at Trump. His verbal takedowns have been so relentless, you'd think he moonlights as a stand-up comic with a personal vendetta against the former president. Over the years, De Niro has called Trump a mutt, a fool, and even a total loser. At this point, Trump's Mar-a-Lago probably has a dartboard with De Niro's face on it, assuming Trump knows how darts work. But don't be fooled. De Niro didn't just wake up one morning and decide to go full rage mode. This beef has been simmering for years like a slow burn Scorsese thriller, building up to something explosive.
Give him a chance. Why won't you give the president a chance, Robert De Niro?
No, you're right. That's what I said right after he was elected. Give him a chance. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. This guy has proven himself to be a total loser.
Back in 2016, when Trump was still a reality TV star dabbling in politics, De Niro already fired the first shot, calling him blatantly stupid, and even saying he'd love to punch him in the face. Let's be real, that clip is probably someone's lock screen. Then Trump won, and instead of cooling off, De Niro doubled down. By 2018, he had entered full, I don't care, cancel me if you want mode, walking onto the Tony stage and simply declaring, F Trump. No build-up, no monologue, just 2 words, followed by a mic drop. The crowd erupted in applause, while Fox News probably had a panic attack.
Television news and saw this odd guy with little hands, and he was like raving. Come on, Donald, this is ridiculous. This is nuts. This is insane. Because what he's been saying is really totally crazy, ridiculous stuff that he shouldn't be even. Nuts. Totally nuts.
But De Niro wasn't done. Over the next few years, he turned every award show, talk show, and public appearance into a Trump roast. He called him a wannabe gangster, a clown, and a dictator in training. It was less political commentary and more what happens when you give an Oscar-winning actor a microphone and a one-way ticket to the roast zone. So what did De Niro say this time? Well, in his latest appearance, whether it was an interview, an award show, or just him yelling from his balcony, he delivered another fiery anti-Trump speech. Dressed to the nines and radiating peak De Niro intensity, he once again tore into Trump like it was his personal duty. This wasn't just another Trump's bad moment. It was a full-on performance with the kind of energy you'd expect from a guy who spent 4 decades delivering mob boss monologues.
I hate bullies, thugs who use their strength to push other people around. They think they can achieve power and hang on to it by intimidating others. Sadly, sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't. And now we have Trump. He's all that, about intimidation, retribution. He's going to prosecute. He's going to send you to jail for having an abortion. He's going to take your Medicare and Social Security away. He's going to deport you. He's going to send the military after you if you defy him. You know who this shit works on? The MAGA politicians who are afraid of losing their power. They're so afraid of him, he's got them kissing his ass. And now they're trying to intimidate us. We will not allow that, not even for a minute, not even for a second. We need to show them our power and vote them all out, every one of them. The way to take down a bully is to look them straight in the eye and then...
This time, De Niro called Trump the biggest threat to democracy since, well, Trump's last scandal. He mocked his endless legal troubles, questioned his intelligence, and probably made at least one jab about how Trump drinks water like it's a priceless heirloom. The audience was hanging on every word. Flashbulbs popped, journalists scribbled, and somewhere, a Fox News producer was already typing up a segment titled Hollywood Elite Strikes Again. Then came the aftermath. Social media erupted, with MAGA fans calling for De Niro to be canceled, deported, or, if they had their way, locked up for disrespecting the office of the presidency, which last time I checked isn't an actual crime, but hey, give it time. Some Trump supporters even theorized that De Niro was just salty because Trump never got a role in a Scorsese film. Meanwhile, liberals treated him like a national treasure, probably photoshopping his face onto Mount Rushmore. At this point, De Niro versus Trump is less of a feud and more of a long-running HBO drama with no end in sight, and if history has taught us anything, it's that we're just one more award show or late night interview away from the next episode.
By real boxers in movies. I watched him last night, truly believe he may be punch drunk, and then he says, at the end, he says, "Wake up, Punchy," he says to you. And that's not the only time, and he moved over to Truth Social. Robert De Niro, whose acting talents have greatly diminished with his reputation now shot, must even use a teleprompter for his foul and disgusting language. So disrespectful to our country. Now, in all fairness to the former president, is that true? Do you have to use a teleprompter when speaking about President Trump? Or are you able to just kind of riff on your thoughts on him?
He's so stupid.
The internet, of course, did what it does best: explode. Reactions flew in like it was some sort of reality TV challenge. The left treated it like a speech for the ages, while the right reacted like someone had kicked over their backyard Trump shrine. MAGA Twitter sprang into action, churning out memes faster than a toddler on an iPad. One tweet shouted, "Give this man another Oscar for speaking the truth," while another praised his Godfather references. Meanwhile, Hollywood was practically bursting at the seams with celebs cheering him on. It was like De Niro was about to start a revolution, but oh, the conservatives, having a meltdown like the great ice cream cone fiasco of 2010. Fox News went into full panic mode, throwing out the Hollywood Elites Poisoning America line, which at this point is the go-to argument when you've run out of things to say.
Why do you think people respond to the gangster genre so much? What is it? Why is that a classic genre?
Well, I don't know. You know, it's just that people like the outlaw type thing, except we have a wannabe gangster in the White House now.
Yeah. He does. He tries to act like a tough guy. Yeah. He tries to act like a made man, yeah.
Yeah, like a made guy,
Exactly.
You call in a certain, you'd say, disappointed Dunsky. And a Dunsky is the way of calling a Don, sort of a contracted way of a Don.
Oh, really?
And so a D and a DD, you'd call him. Disappointed Dunsky.
Really?
That's what he is. He's a dumb.
MAGA influencers launched a Boycott De Niro campaign, which is kind of funny considering they probably own Meet the Parents on DVD. The attempts to take down De Niro were so weak, they could have been performed by a high school drama club. They even tried digging into his past films for a gotcha moment, and the best they could come up with was Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yeah, that's the worst thing on his resume. Politicians jumped in too, doing what they do best, using pop culture for cheap points. One senator tweeted, "This is why real Americans don't watch woke movies anymore," conveniently forgetting that The Irishman pulled in millions of viewers, probably including them. Some even called for a boycott of everything De Niro related. Good luck convincing people to throw out their Goodfellas Blu-rays.
Well, Robert, Whoopi, I'm not sure if you ever listen to yourselves, because you're sitting here trying to persuade the public that you can read Trump's inner thoughts, while you ignore the results of his actions, which included a better economy, lower taxes, and 4 years of peace around the world, all of which are gone under the current president. So I would say the total...
Trump's camp couldn't resist throwing in a jab either, calling De Niro a bitter old man, which is funny coming from a team that's still clinging to 2016 like it's the golden age of puppies. As for Trump himself, no comment yet, but we all know it's only a matter of time before he unleashes a classic all-caps rant on Truth Social, probably accusing De Niro of begging him for a movie role. Naturally, every controversy needs a boycott, and MAGA influencers kicked it off. Irony? Oh, it's delicious. Considering De Niro has starred in some of the most iconic movies ever made, and now they're trying to cancel him.
The people that are doing it right now about Biden telling you how you should vote, even though you know he's impaired, you definitely shouldn't vote for Trump.
He has no understanding that I can see of the outside world other than anything around him. He has no idea of what his purpose in life is as the president should be, and that is to pull the country together, to be for the people, to heal wounds, not to open them up and pour salt on them.
Meanwhile, liberals responded by binge-watching his entire film catalog in protest, making it the most awkward form of resistance since passive-aggressive Facebook statuses. And the memes? Don't even get me started. One had De Niro photoshopped into the Avengers lineup next to Captain America, with the caption, "We don't trade lives." Another had De Niro smashing a steel chair over Trump's head in a wrestling ring. And before we knew it, AI was generating De Niro voiceovers, taking the roast even further than he did in real life.
I don't mean to scare you. No, wait, maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted. And elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave. You know that. He will never leave. What does that mean? Is that the country we want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life?
Trump has always had a special relationship with celebrity critics. Remember when he called Meryl Streep overrated? Classic Trump. But who knows where this De Niro versus Trump feud goes next? Maybe it escalates into a full-on celebrity death match, with each tweet becoming the next round of insults. This whole feud taps into something bigger. Hollywood's role as both political commentator and cultural lightning rod. Sure, a tweet from a movie star won't change the political landscape overnight, but it gets the conversation going. And that's exactly what De Niro's fiery speech did. Will this be just another fleeting celebrity feud, or does it have legs? Who knows, but one thing's for sure, Hollywood versus Trump is like an overcooked steak, chewy, tough, but oddly satisfying to watch. Grab your popcorn, folks, because this one's got more seasons than Stranger Things.